This week, we will be looking at how to make 100% coconut oil soap. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ego the Mercy Soaper, and I am happy and glad to have you back to my channel this week. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please smash the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. If you are subscribed, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the family, and I want to say a big thank you to TVS family for making it happen this week. God bless you so much. I see you all. I see the love and the support. Thank you for being here. So let's get into this video. We did a video. Our previous video was about Soaping 101, and it was important for me to do the fundamentals of soap making so that whatever we are talking about for this month of August, you will understand to an extent, especially if you are a beginner. So this is a series we are starting this month, and I hope to wrap it up this month. We are doing one oil soaps, okay, and we are starting with the coconut oil. So for people in Nigeria that do business and you're looking to making one oil soaps, these videos might come in handy for you so that you know where you stand and what you are doing. Now, talking about coconut oil, I had talked about coconut oil last week, and I had mentioned that coconut oil is a cleansing oil. 100% coconut oil soap is usually used for laundry. Of course, it's not as hardcore as the chemicals we use today for detergents, but it gets the work done. There is no form of fillers or hardener when you're using coconut oil. And as we talked about coconut oil last video, we talked about coconut oil being a hard oil. So that means doing an all coconut oil soap will give you a very, very hard bar. But of course, you cannot compare it to your laundry bar soaps. Your laundry bar soaps would last longer when it comes to laundry work. Now, to use coconut oil on the body, you have to superfat that soap. And we had talked about superfatting too last video. So you want to really check out our video on Soaping 101 so that you can catch up with what it is we are doing for this series. So we are starting with the coconut oil, and I had done this coconut oil before, and I want to mention, as I said, that coconut oil is super stripping to the skin. So when I did my coconut oil, I started my super fat at 20% at the time, and when I used it on my skin, it has this peppery, piercing feel, hotty feel that it gives to my body and my face. And it wasn't just me alone, because I had given out some bars for other people to try, and they had come back with the same feedback. Now I took it up to 25% super fat. Super fat is pretty much the oil you allow to run free in your soap that does not turn to soap when saponification happens, when emulsification happens. So it's pretty much the quantity of lye you put in your oils that is not up to what you would have put on a normal day to turn everything to soap. I hope that makes sense. So I did a 25% super fat, the next little batch I did, and I still had that feeling. So I think I would say at this point that I have super sensitive skin, because 25% is quite a good amount of percentage to superfat a coconut oil soap. So today we will be superfatting at 30%, because I want to see what wants to happen. You understand? Let me see if my skin will not take it or not. And as I said, it's good for you to try out these things as the economy is now in Nigeria. You know, it's a bit more difficult to have that balanced bar you want to have. Just in case you are looking for something you want to sell, okay, of course, I mean, coconut oil, it can be very, very drying to the skin, and that is why you have to superfat your bar soap. So you want to do a little quantity, try it out, give it out to people to try, and see if it is something you would want to add to your range or not. However, I always preach a balanced bar of soap. That is to say, not one oil soap, okay? But there is nothing wrong in using one oil to make your soap. Let's get into this video. We'll continue the rest on our way. So I'm starting off with measuring out my water, and as you know, I'm going to be dropping the recipe at the end of this video. And I measured out my caustic soda and I'm adding it into the water. Remember, lye into water, not the other way around. So I mix this until it's clear, and I go ahead to measure out my coconut oil. And as you know, we're using just coconut oil in this recipe. I'm just giving it a stir and checking the temperature to make sure it's 10 degrees centigrade apart from each other. So yeah, 28 and 34 is close. So I'm pouring my lye solution gradually into the oil and I mix. So I'm not using a stick blender here, just to show you guys that you can make soap without a stick blender. It just might take a longer period of time, as it took me 15 minutes to get this soap emulsified properly to trace lightly. Okay, and as you can see, it changes its color as we keep mixing to white. Coconut oil gives us a white bar of soap. So I pour this into the mold and I'll leave this overnight for it to harden up. Now, coconut oil makes you a hard bar of soap, and it's very, very effective in cleaning, and it's consistent in its creamy lather. These are the good benefits of using a coconut oil. But the disadvantage is that it can be very, very tough on the skin. It strips the skin of its oil. Okay, so yeah, when I soap with coconut oil on a normal day, I do not exceed 30 to 35%. Okay, and still I do a super fat. But now, using just this one coconut oil for soaping, I had to superfat to 30%. And I must say, I tried these soaps out at 30% and it did not give me that burning or peppery feel or sensation. So I think for me, I will be doing a 30%. However, I would leave a recipe for 25% too for you in the comment section, so that you can try it out. Ladder test! Of course, we're going to try it out, okay? But although we'll leave this soap to cure for 6 weeks. And note that when you do a 30%, the soap will not be as hard as if the super fat was lower at 20% or 25%. The higher your super fat, the softer your bar of soap. But I chose to have a soft bar so it doesn't burn my skin. And note that coconut oil is a hard oil, so it's going to give you a hard bar of soap. Look at the creamy bubbles, the lather coming out of this soap. It is so much, and this is the benefits, the properties of coconut oil I was talking about. I had to still wash my hand after this water, a second batch of water. Look at that. So Yes, so this is what coconut oil is. It's very, very cleansing to the skin. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. We'll be coming up next with another video next week. Happy soaping.